Okay, Bruce, we got the main heads here, all looking at your boat here. So you know Jariah. Here's Tim. Here's Paul. And first thing I want to tell you about is Jariah is very professional. He keeps a eyeball, or at least one eyeball, in the rearview mirror all the time. And your winch strap broke, so he spotted it right away, pulled over, and we had some strapping, of course, with us, and so he tied it down, and we got it the rest of the way home. We're going to replace that winch strap. We're not going to try to sew it or anything like that. If it's probably rotting, and sewing it would be like patching an old inner tube. So we did have a question about, I assumed that you wanted to maintain this gray on the side. Just wanted to make sure that you do, and we'll put that in our plan. Also, we can have graphics made for you. We can do it in vinyl. A Let's Pretend gold leaf vinyl, for example, is available. A real gold leaf vinyl is available. It's extremely expensive. We can do real gold leaf, or we can do it painted, or you can put it on when you get home, whatever you'd like to do there on the graphics on the sides. There were a couple of, I guess, surprises, not big deals. We've got these, and I really wasn't thinking about those when I was talking about varnishing the inside. So those are going to put some pressure on our costs. And I've got these other guys standing here listening so that if I forget something, they're going to chime in. And then they said they're going to let me know. Okay, so anyway, so this will put a little pressure on the cost, because we're going to need to. They've got some pretty deep gouges in them, and our plan is to take these down, chemically strip them down, sand them then, and then recoat with 9 coats of varnish, and we can send them back for you to reinstall, or we can reinstall them for you. Also, this centerpiece, we're planning on taking it out, and that wasn't on my radar screen. It's not a big deal, but we're going to take this off so that we can get to the front side of the combing, number one, and then number two, it'll be easier to strip and revarnish this with it off the boat than on the boat. A couple of things Jariah noted was that your fasteners up here that hold the mast, there's a couple bolts on one side, and there's just heavy screws on the other side, and so we can through-bolt both of those unless there's some reason that you wouldn't want us to do that when it goes back on, so we just need you to let us know what you'd like to do there. He also noted that the wood is cracked in the middle, and so we could replace this piece of wood, or we could glue that back together, which you may have already done with epoxy. We could glue it back together with a flexible adhesive. We like 3M5200, and it would leave a very thin line and allow this wood to take the contoured shape of the deck when it's bolted back down without causing it to crack again. The other little surprise for me was I really hadn't thought about the outside of the cockpit combing, and we're going to be very meticulous right here so that we don't get into your gray, because we really can't make a repair to your gray paint very easily. Because of the we can't make a seamless repair. We could touch this up, and if this was smooth, which is not practical for you, if this was smooth, we would be able to buff out any overlay of that, and it would look like it had always been that way. So we do note that there are some other dings on the deck. So if you may want us to go ahead and do the deck, or you may say, well, listen, I'm going to repaint the deck anyway when I get the boat home, so it's not an issue if you scratch into it, so just let us know about that. Also, we noted that some of this damage may be sun, but some of this damage is obviously from ropes, and we can put a stainless half-oval rub rail on top of this and reduce your maintenance in the future, although it adds about maybe 10-15 pounds of weight to your boat, and it would obviously destroy the authenticity of what your dad did, but it would be pretty practical. So this is, this outside of this combing is going to put a little pressure on the price that we quoted as well. It's likely that we'll go a little over that. Oh, and the center, the support for the center board. Yeah, you're right. You were thinking strip and refinish on part of this stuff, and you expressed that to Jariah, and you're right. That's there's a lot of places that the most efficient way to do this is to go ahead and chemically strip this, sand it, refinish it with 9 coats of varnish. When we get to number 5, then we start doing the insides of the boat along with at the same time, and build them up to the 9 coats at the same time. Let's see. Oh yeah, we found a stress crack right here, and we didn't know if you wanted us to address this. My thought was that you might want us to address, grind that out, refiberglass that, and address that before we repaint the bottom. It seems like a prudent thing to do. There was also some stress cracking right along where the bottom meets the keel, and